Hey guys, Lola Selena here. I also go by Island Turtle. Welcome to BOMISpirit. So, happy full moon in Gemini today, wherever you are. It's a little cold today, but I just had to be outside and I just had to hop on here and connect with all of you guys today. Um, just to talk about some of the energies. And I also have a deck here, so I may also pull cards as well. But yeah, I just hope that your day is off to a good start. And I'm sure you guys are sensing a lot, feeling a lot, thinking a lot. It is a full moon Gemini. Wait, I did make this public, right? I swear to God, every time I like wonder if I did and then I'm not sure. Okay, there we go. Hey, hello. All right, so we got some people in here. Um, Clyde's trying to get outside, but it's too cold for him. And it's like he does this like every morning, and he's just like, I need to be out here, and then he lasts like seconds, and then he runs back inside. So I'm just gonna like keep the door closed. But anyway, hey, yeah, good to see you. Love your earrings. Thank you. I've had these for a bit. They were hanging out in my Jeep. They were hanging out in my car. Like, like sometimes you just leave items in your car for a prolonged period of time, you kind of forget. Um, so I had to, well, I've had some car transition stuff, but that's not important. Anyway, so yeah, I'm wearing them again. Thank you. Sorry, I passed out on the Patreon live last night after that crazy death dark magic talk. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah, we were on Patreon last night to talk about the full moon Gemini, and it ended up being a 6-hour live. I swear, some of the lives over there are getting so long because it just turns into like sleepover vibes, and we just like have so much to talk about. But anyway, yes, happy full moon. So that being said, let's go ahead and talk about some of the energies now that we're about 2 minutes in here. Lots of snow here in Indiana. My cat stepped out and ran back in. So funny. I know they want to get out so bad, and then it's like, no. It's like it just cracks me up. But we'll see how long I last because it is cold today. Um, but yeah, let's talk about some of the energies today. So first of all, you actually may be feeling pretty good. Like you actually may be feeling like really open, maybe even more clear. Maybe you're having a lot of interesting like ideas or notions or even excitement. Keep in mind though that with this full moon, I'm not going to get into too much astrology because it's like it's actually really intricate and like multi-layered. And if you want that deep dive, that's what Patreon is for. Okay. Um, but let's stay refocused here. But the thing with this full moon, there's a few themes that I think are important to note. It's actually really important right now if you're feeling really like excited and impulsive to just take a minute. Buddy, buddy, no. Sorry, it was distracting me. Um, to just take a minute. If you're feeling really impulsive and you're feeling really gung-ho, that's great. It's great to feel that way. But there's a lot of energies with this full moon that's saying like, take a minute, look at the big picture, look at everything at this point in time, because there's a lot of themes about considering things you've never considered before, or even reconsidering things that you have resisted or dismissed because of whatever reasons, right? There's so many reasons we resist things, whether that's emotional or practical or what have you, so you know what that would be for you. And there's also a lot of Sagittarius energy. Obviously, Mars is in Sag, right? Working with Juno, but is also square Saturn. Is also square Saturn and doing some interesting things with Chiron and the Grand Water Trine, and Mars and Mercury are doing some really interesting things with each other. Um, in relation to that, it is still that like highly motivated, impulsive energy. And I'm not saying don't take action. I'm not saying that. I'm saying make sure you consider everything. Make sure you really open yourself up to all the possibilities at this time, because there may be some things again that you haven't considered, or things that you've dismissed in the past, which the past is important with this woman. We'll talk about in a minute. Things that you have even dismissed in the past that maybe in this present moment makes more sense now, or that actually you're more aligned to now. You know what I mean? So I don't even know if you guys can hear him. I keep hearing like pitter patter, pitter patter, pitter patter, trying to focus. But on the theme of the past, there are themes with this full moon too about past, present, and future. And there are a lot of ways that I think that could be occurring for people. Wayfinding was coming up a lot in my awareness with this full moon for the collective, 444, as I said that. Wayfinding. And I think we have different associations with that terminology, right? Like some people kind of just associate it in a spiritual context of like, being a wayfinder, right? It's like wayfinding is also just in the way that we just navigate life is also another way we can look at that. Wayfinding can also be literally opening oneself up to, well, different options and different paths, even within like something super niche. Like if you're learning something or you're like, getting specialized in a field, it's like wayfinding could be you actually like uncovering a path within that field. You know what I mean? It's like it doesn't have to be so um closely associated with just like spiritual themes here, okay? But with this wayfinding energy, and even like Gemini kind of touches on like fractals of truth and time, and it's really interesting. But the past, the present, and the future, there's this support right now of acknowledging the past to understand where you are, to understand where you're going. That doesn't have to be a deep dive into the shadow, but for some people it is. For some people, it's just an acknowledgement and just kind of looking back at the past with like a larger lens. It's like, again, looking at the bigger picture and taking with you what is beneficial of the past to move forward, and again, to have clarity on moving forward. Chiron also has a lot to do with that, which again, for some people that may be a deep dive into the shadow. For most people, I would say for maybe, I don't know, I can't even give a percentage on it. It's not for everybody. The deep dive shadow work is not for everybody. Now, I will say we are continuing to be empowered through the shadow. That's definitely still happening, thanks to Lilith and all that she's doing. She's been a very busy girl lately, working with Uranus and Pluto and Neptune and Saturn and Jupiter. And soon she's going to be working very closely with Mercury, which is going to be really interesting. And I actually think is going to offer a lot of really beautiful energy to work with in terms of just even more clarity, and also just acting on and speaking on what you want, really, what you want and just what's true for you. But coming back to the main thing of what I was saying in the beginning here, if you're feeling impulsive, just take a minute, take a breath. There may be something you have not considered by looking into your past, or just looking into all options and possibilities in your present moment, okay? Sorry, things. Mercury in Scorpio, I think, is actually one of the most important celestial bodies in this full moon in Gemini, and probably not for obvious reasons. Okay, we'll talk about the serpent in a minute. And probably not for obvious reasons. Again, there's intricate astrology there, so I'm not going to dive into it. But Mercury in Scorpio, and I would say Pallas and Aquarius, are probably going to be your biggest friends during this full moon Gemini. And so lean into Aquarius, lean into Scorpio, lean into those houses. And you may be surprised at what comes up for you. Okay. There are also some themes here about serpents and dragons coming up around this full moon if you haven't experienced that yet. And not everyone will. Some people may be experiencing it by way of like shadow. Some people it's dragons. Some people it's serpent or snake-like energy, or even animal medicines that are associated with those things. The serpent, I'm just going to call it the serpent right now, even if you're looking at it differently. The serpent is also helping us to see clearly and also offer more discernment in terms of making these kinds of decisions with considering everything. The serpent is also helping us with our mind and our heart alignment, our head and our heart alignment, where it is that balance of, yes, we need to be logical and practical, and we need to like look at things in a very like factual way, intellectual way, but we do need to also make sure our hearts are on. We need to make sure our hearts are on and that our hearts are also part of our compass at this time. We need the whole system working together pretty well. And so this full moon may also highlight to you what may need to, let me back it up. This full moon might also highlight to you where you're at in terms of your own alignment between your head and your heart. Is there one that dominates over the other, and why is that? I thought I just got hit with some snow. I was like, I thought I just felt something on my face. Yeah. And the way you're going to know that that's coming up for you is a high level of discomfort. If you're feeling any discomfort around this full moon, about just, anything, like what's going on in your life, decisions you got to make, just how you feeling about things. Oh, I thought I felt something. That's the one thing with these earrings, man. They have a really hard time staying in. Hold on. Any discomfort is alerting you to some sort of misalignment. Okay, that's kind of like par for the course normally. Excuse me. Maybe they don't want to be in my ears right now. Actually, yeah, I'll just take them off. Hold on. Make sure the whole live chat live is on here. All messages. There we go. There we go. Anyway, hopefully don't fly away in the wind. They are feathers. Sorry, coming back here. Yeah, any discomfort you have is going to highlight like your relationship to your head and your heart. I feel like there's something else I was talking about and I got like totally sidetracked by my earrings. But that's okay. That's so funny. It's like they're teasing you. I know, it was like, oh, oh, oh. I do have a deck here though today, so we're gonna pull some cards. I feel like I already know what cards are gonna come out. But we'll see. It wouldn't shock me if the staff card comes out. The staff card's about making decisions from a place of alignment. Like that kind of in-between space. Wouldn't shock me if Beauty Way comes out. That's been coming out in the collective a little bit. Ooh, my hands are cold. Hold on. I gotta warm up my hands before I use these cards. Give me a second. We're just gonna hang out here so my hands can get warm, and then we'll pull cards. Discomfort around making difficult decisions too. Any sort of level of discomfort. Any sort of level of discomfort when it comes to the emotional body and the mental body. It's gonna highlight to you, again, like where you're at in terms of your own alignment with your head and your heart, with logic and intuition. Yeah. Where are you in the world? I'm in a cold place. Do your glasses change color? No. I have two pairs. They're the same exact frame style, but yeah, one's blue, one is like a pinkish blue, kind of like ombre like situation. Actually, while we're sitting here, is there anything else here, Spirit, that needs to be said about the energies today? Yeah, don't be afraid to look into your past. Just don't be afraid to look there. Because the other thing too about this full moon that is really nice and lovely and kind of juicy is passion. Like, that is nice. Like, don't be super impulsive, obviously for the reasons I already explained. But passion. If you take some time to really nurture whatever passion is for you, whether that's nurturing yourself or just like nurturing pleasure or fun or just things that really excite you or things that really like uplift you or inspire you, even if that's people, that's just going to magnetize more of it to you around this full moon, more so than normal. And so that's kind of cool. Could even open some doors like unexpectedly that you don't really anticipate that could lead to some life-changing things here. And that's exciting. That definitely was worth sharing. So capitalize on that. Have some fun. It is a full moon Gemini. It is about the fun. Just if you're making like, again, certain decisions, especially big life decisions, don't be impulsive about it. Even if you're super excited, that's great. Even if you think that like, you know the way, just take a minute and make sure you do. Doesn't hurt to take a minute. Doesn't hurt to take a breath. You're not going to lose out on time. You're not going to lose that on time. You're not going to lose out on things that are for you, you know, just by taking that extra minute, just to be sure, right? There's something else actually that wanted to be said in that moment. See if it comes back to me. That's what it was. Brute force. This is not a full moon to be super forceful and just exert your will over things and people. Go with the natural flow of things, even if that is just passion, even if that is your excitement. Again, taking that minute to make sure, right? But brute force, especially if it's like coming from a place of, and I just gotta call it what it is, because it's coming from a Mars Sag energy. Especially if it's coming from a shadowy Mars place or shadowy Sag place where you just think you're right. Like, you just think you're right, or it's kind of like a self-righteous kind of energy, or it's a very pushy energy. Try not to do that with this full moon. There are some fixed star activity that directly speaks to that's not going to work out so well. Okay, most likely. It's a time to use the mind, not brute force. It's time to like take a step back, look at everything, consider your options, and navigate accordingly. Yeah, not brute force. No brute force. Are we ready? Okay. All right. I'm very bundled up here. Whew. Any other messages or insights here for the collective for this present moment? Clyde scratching the window behind you. I know he wants to come out here so bad. He mostly wants to come out here because I'm out here, but he does try to come out every morning, even if it's too cold for him. Let's see. About going away on my own over the holidays versus staying home to see family. Not sure what is truly best. Just take a minute with yourself. You know what I mean? Take a minute with yourself. Like, make sure you are dropping into your heart with that. And then, you know, I do think looking at logistics around that will help you to also discern, and even like putting yourself in that experience of like, you know, waking up on like, you know, if you're celebrate Christmas, for example, like waking up on Christmas morning, like what do you want to experience? Right? I think that's a good actual, I think that's actually a good way to navigate what's coming up around this full moon with decisions like that. Like really getting into your body, getting into your heart, and like living out those experiences you think you're wanting. And what does that actually feel like? What does that actually feel like? Or are there other things coming up that are saying like, actually, that'd be more fun? Actually, option B would be way better, right? I think that may help. Even just writing it out too, like journaling may also help quite a bit. Like I said, Mercury, Scorpio is, and Palace Aquarius, both of those can touch on writing. Will be very helpful on this full moon. Okay. Any messages or insights at this time for the collective? For the collective's highest good. Ooh, I like that. We got Luminous Warrior coming out. Is that a 32? Yeah. 32 breaking down to a 5. I love that card because, oh, I just saw the lower world peeking through. The Luminous Warrior card is the reminder that you carry light with you. You carry light with you. You carry the sun with you. No matter what's going on around you, no matter what chaos is going on, no matter what doubt is going on, we all, I'm gonna say all of us, I'm gonna include me in there. We have the capability to remind ourselves how to walk in the light, how to walk in the sun, and to even like look at the world through that mindset. The way that you are perceiving things is obviously going to be a big impact on what options you see for yourself, right? Because if you're kind of like closed off and you're pessimistic, you're not going to see very many options around you. It's just kind of the nature of how things work. It's just the nature of how human brains work, right? So if you stay confident, if you stay in your heart, if you stay optimistic, and also gratitude is going to be huge here too, a huge help to get into this kind of energy, you are going to see more of what's available to you. That may actually be better. And again, that coincides with considering the unconsidered, or reconsidering what you've dismissed and resisted before that maybe you're now more ready for or open to. Okay? I need another minute. Woo. Love your energy. Been watching for a long time. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you guys for being here with me today. I know that like my flow, especially like the last couple years, has not been super received by a lot of people. So for those of you who get it and who are like, you know, who still hang around and are very supportive of me, I really, really appreciate you. It's not easy to like honor your flow when it goes against what most people expect or how most people operate. It's really hard to honor it. So I just really appreciate you guys supporting me in doing that, you know? Okay. Whew. All right. Can I get another card, please, for the collective? Ooh, that's a lot. It's a lot, Spirit. Hold on a second. I figured the eagle was going to come out. Birds have been really huge. So before I show you the cards, let's talk about some bird energy for a minute here. So owls have been hanging around a lot in the collective recently. And last night for the full moon, Gemini ravens were coming up very strongly. I know eagles have been kind of like, you know, in the periphery of the collective energy as well. And, you know, I feel like, you know, in your own journeys, you may also have like very specific birds, or, you know, anyone or anything in the avian family, or the winged ones is, I think, a good word to encompass a lot of beings that touch that kind of energy, including etherical beings. But yeah, eagle is out here. Birds are divine messengers. I feel like we're about to go into a deep channel here. Why is it making me emotional? It is making me a little emotional. Birds are divine messengers. They are messengers of the upper world. They are messengers of the divine. And they're not the only ones, obviously. It's like everything is of divine, right? Everything is of the divine. Um, but birds in particular, when they show up, the word etherical just keeps coming up. And I think some people also see certain birds as like ancestors as well, which I think, is very, I've experienced that myself. But they're really emphasizing the upper world energy of avians as divine messengers. Which also is giving me that vibe too when it comes to the upper world, that is also seeing things from that bigger perspective, that higher perspective. And a lot of you who've been following me for a long time know that I've spoken about Altair quite a lot in relation to Pluto. So Pluto has been dancing with Altair for the last like couple of years. But she's real close. She's real close to Altair right now. On today, the full moon, I think Pluto's at 1 degree 59 minutes. Altair's at like 2 degrees. So they're right there with each other. Altair is the eagle star. And Altair specifically speaks of receiving information or divine wisdom through unexpected ways. But it has that strong association with the eagle and avian beings, And so there's just that energy is very prominent right now. The energy is very prominent right now of kind of getting in that mindset of like the upper world. Something else, thank you. Okay, we're going there. Some of you have been spending a lot of time in your lower body, which I think has been very good and very helpful, very centering, very grounding. You'll know if this message is for you, because this message is specifically for people who have been spending time doing a lot of root work, like root work, sacral work, solar plexus stuff. Maybe been working on ancestral things, diving deep in the self, that kind of deal. Getting in the body, that it's time to reacquaint yourself with the upper chakras is kind of what's coming through. It's time to reacquaint yourself with the upper world. I feel like this is for those who've been spending a lot of time in the lower world, okay? And when I say lower world, I do mean like in the psyche, in the depths of self, in your deep waters, shadow work, that kind of thing. It's time to get reacquainted because it's time, well, Luminous Warrior, it's time to bring in more of that light energy just for balance. Just for balance. And again, it's associated with the eagle too, that there may be some information or an ability to see some things that is really hard to see if you're hanging out in the lower world too much, or just in a prolonged period of time. Okay, now let's come back to the cards. So we did have soul retrieval land on Luminous Warrior, and that's actually speaking to what I just spoke about. So soul retrieval, if you are new to these shamanic concepts or spiritual concepts, soul retrieval is, it's just another word for consolidating the self, for being able to go into your past or deep into yourself and reclaim pieces that have been forgotten, have been left behind, haven't been reacquainted with yourself, pulled back into the self, consolidated. That's why I like the word consolidated for that. Soul retrievals don't have to be super dark, heavy, and shadowy. Soul retrieval can also be pulling your pieces of yourself through time and space as well. But that is this past energy that's coming up around this time, right? Of look to your past to know where you are and where you're going. Ooh, and who you are. That just came up for whoever needs to hear that, as the Luminous Warrior. You are the Luminous Warrior. You've always been the Luminous Warrior. That's not changing anytime soon. This is just remembering that and making sure that you have really consolidated self and center and balance. They're saying, and balance between upper world and lower world to be in the middle world, which is physical reality, center, right? So that's coming through here quite a bit. And then we have the medicine wheel and eagle. Eagle is definitely that upper world energy. It's not explicit in this card, but eagle is upper world energy. It just is. It just is. Don't make me get into it. Medicine wheel. Medicine wheel is about cycles. Cycles of seasons, cycles of life. Everything is a cycle. Everything is the spiral. Everything is. It's just how energy moves, and so it's how the reality works, right? Or through ebbs and flows. But eagle coming through with medicine wheel, again, it's giving me that vibe of like, it is just time to shift a little bit here. Specifically those who've been working in the lower world for a prolonged period of time, or in your lower body for a prolonged period of time, to kind of get reacquainted with the other side of things to find a stronger center, okay? This also pertains to what I was saying before of opening your mind to different options with this full moon energy to see what's available to you in terms of this medicine wheel and any changes you may make or want to make, okay? Oh, my toes are getting real cold. All right, we'll pull one more card, and then I gotta run inside and warm up my toes. Okay. Can I get one more for the collective, please? And also, don't forget to like this video, please. Like the video, comment, share, hype it. It really helps to push the videos through the algorithm. I appreciate it. Other people really appreciate it. And it just supports the channel. So thank you for doing that. Can I get another card, please, for the collective at this time? Oh, the air is icy. Can I get one more card for the collective at this time? I do love cold air, though. It triggers my asthma, unfortunately, but it feels like, makes you feel alive, you know? Makes you feel invigorated. Wakes you up. Let's see. Oh, did I miss a super chat? Hold on, I just saw the number in the corner. Hold on, let me come back up here. I'm so sorry. I'm usually so good about that. Hold on. Let me see if it'll let me go back to see who dropped that in here. Oh, man, I must... Oh! Okay, there we go. Oh, Susie! Hi! Hey, thank you for the $9.99. Thank you. I'm so sorry I didn't catch that sooner. I was just in it. Okay. One more. One more before my fingers freeze. One more for the collective, please. Oh, okay. I gotta warm up my hands before I show you the card. So it's the Journey card, and there's an owl on it, so another avian, right? Yeah, this card's not gonna be for everybody. Oh my god, black butterfly! Girl! Thank you for the $100. Oh my god, $100. I don't know if I've ever gotten a super chat like that before. Thank you so much. That feels like a Christmas gift. Thank you. Thank you. I so appreciate that. I miss you. I believe you, and I'll always support you. Aw, thank you. Thank you. Wow. I don't know what else to say. Just thank you for that. You know, last night on Patreon we got into some major story time, and like it was just making me realize how many stories I really have to tell about this crazy spiritual journey I've been on all these years. Y'all might be hearing some stories soon, or even, you know, just elaboration on some of the stories I've told you, because y'all know I do share a lot with you guys. But yeah, I don't know, it just, there's a lot to share. Thank you for the 99 cents. Thank you. I still can't get over the fact, girl, you just dropped $100. Oh my god. Okay, this next card is not for everybody. All right, take it as you will. We have the Journey card. So this card in particular speaks of being at this moment in time, moment on your journey, the journey, right? Where everything is about to change, but it requires you to let go. And for some of you, this is letting go of a lot. Some of you, it's letting go of a lot of beliefs or narratives or stories, spells, right? Some of you, it's letting go of a way of living. Some of you could be letting go of a huge group of people. Some of you might be letting go of your family. That actually just came up really strongly, for whoever that's for. But this is being willing to detach and let go of something major or significant that has been a part of your life for a long period of time, for the sake of the journey, for the sake of the unknown, for the sake of what's possible, for the sake of what even could be better for you, or what's in better alignment for you. Okay. The owl, also more upper world energy there. Some of you with these avians that are coming through, sorry, Spirit just dropped a major download into download onto me. Oh, okay, sorry, let me back it up. If there have been specific avians that have been showing up for you, and when I say avians, I do really mean winged ones, whether they're birds, angels, fae, like butterflies, dragonflies, that kind of thing, right? I think you know already that if it resonates for you, that they are protectors, they are guiding you, okay? And especially if you're resonating with this card, you know, in the way I've spoken about it, they're right there with you, and you know that they are, and helping you to transition in with this journey card, to transition this way of like maybe even leaving it all behind for what could be, right? For some of you, maybe that's significant. The download they just dropped on me, I'm trying to, I'm sitting with it because it also hits personally for me. I mean, we're all collective, right? So just giving myself a minute. It's like, guys, yeah, it is making me emotional. For those in the collective that have a strong association or connection to avian energy, avian frequencies, avian beings, and this would be something you've known for a very long time. It's it's like, why is this hard for me to say? It's time for that part of you to take the lead. It's time for that part of you to be one of your main drivers of your driver's seat of yourself and your life. And for some of you, that's going to coincide with more intensified, like, connection to spirit and your own gifts for those who are mystics. And if you're not a mystic, this is going to be more about your talents, your innate skills. Okay, and that to me feels very Aquarian, like very like creative intelligence kind of vibe. Snow, just a huge chunk of snow fell as I said that. Whether that has to do with music's coming through really strongly, and sound, your voice, the voice is coming through very strongly. You could even be a painter, but it's like it's still coming from a very avian like piece of you. Some of you it's your mind. Some of you it's actually your intelligence. Which is very interesting. That there's a lot of I just want to say the word gifts. Like gifts trying to come through for those who have a very strong avian association or aspect, and it's time for that to be in the forefront in whatever way that looks for you, whoever resonates with that. Now, because we are all a collective, can we all touch that energy? Of course. Of course. But there are some people that lean into dominant archetypes, right? Even if we all have access to the whole, some of us have stronger and more comfortable associations with the pieces of the whole, if that makes any sense, right? But yeah, that's coming through very strongly. So if that resonates for you, whether it's more in the spiritual, mystical, spiritual gift realm, or it's more in the highly creative, intelligent realm, and there's some sort of creative expression that's trying to come out of you that maybe you've been dancing with for some time, or it's something very intellectual, whether that's relating to technology, or innovation or invention, right? Writing could even be a thing. Their writing's huge with this full moon as well. It's time. It's very much time. Yeah. Okay. I'm complete. I can't feel my toes. I need to go inside. I love you all so much. Thank you guys for hanging out with me today. 33 as I said that. Thank you for hanging out with me this morning, kind of morning, mid-morning, whatever. I hope you have a great full moon, and I hope to see you guys again very soon. And take care. Bye.